That's not our job. Our job is to be creative and to do what we love to do.
Songs About Jane was released in 2002, but it kept climbing up in the charts until like 2004.
Yeah.
Why did it happen like that?
I don't know, just if I could tell you that, I'd be, Clive Davis. It just happened, hard work, and we stayed at it, and we just worked really hard and toured and spread the word, and it worked out.
Picked the right singles, perhaps?
Yeah. We didn't pick anything.
I think
they picked them for us. We don't like picking singles.
It's not even talking about that.
So who picked them?
Labels pick. We just make an album of our best material, and we're involved, but I don't like to choose. I don't think bands know. It's a single. It goes to the radio. You know what I mean? I don't think that we know that. We just need to make sure that every song we write that we put on the album, we're happy with, so that if it's a single, it's something that we support, that we're behind.
But when you write a song, I can imagine that you're already hearing its potential a bit, perhaps. Like this
Yeah. Well, sometimes I think could be a single, but that doesn't. To me, it's not my job. That's not our job. Our job is to be creative and to do what we love to do. It's someone else's job to pick a single,
It's not. It's like a very gut level thing when you're writing music, whether or not you think something works and feels catchy. You can't like sit down and say, I'm going to do something catchy. It just comes to you like 4 different ideas, and you pick the one that feels the most natural.
Can you, looking back, perhaps say what song had the biggest impact on your career?
Of our songs?
Yeah.
Oh, of our songs?
Like worldwide?
Oh,
She Will Be Loved?
This Love, probably.
Those two from the first record?
This Love and She Will Be Loved were massive. Huge songs, so.
Does it, because they are your songs, but then you give it away, does it somehow feel like you have to leave it behind a bit or something like that?
No.
Because there's never
part of who we are.
consideration.
It's part of who we are,
Mm-hmm.
Take that with you.
Not private about your...
No. Listen, I do all the things I do in private, I talk about them in ambiguous ways publicly, but, it's still kind of, it's lyrics, so there's always some ambiguity as to what's going on. It's not totally specific.
You already have released 4 live albums and 3 studio albums. Do you consider yourself to be more of a live band, or is that a...
These days, for sure, I think.
Yeah, how does that come out?
Well, they're just so different. There's the listening to the studio album experience, and there's the watching the band live experience. And in the studio, we're very meticulous. Well, we have been up until now. And the live show is a bit more raw and just sort of spontaneous. And so that's what it's been. Maybe they're going to start to combine a little more in the future.
Yeah, and how would you do that? By playing
Yeah, just being maybe a little more live and raw and spontaneous in the studio. But there's such a balance to strike with that, because you don't want to just record a live album in the studio. There is technology, and we live in a crazy technological age, and it's fun to use that technology. So,
have you ever been reluctant to get on stage? Has there ever been a time where you thought, leave me alone for a couple of weeks and I'll come back after that?
Yeah, but you gotta fight through that shit.
The show must go on.
Has that ever been the case?
No. I mean, yes. Good. I'm not sure what we're talking about here, but yes, you don't always feel like playing. There's some nights where you don't want to play, but like I said, you got to fight through it because you got to play. And I think that's an important lesson in life. It's like, you can't. You're doing what you love, so if there's some nights you don't want to do it, too bad. You do it anyway. You
have to pay the price.
Well, yeah, it's not a big price to pay. I have to go play in front of hundreds of fans, thousands of fans. What a horrible life.
With all this touring, are you able to maintain some sort of personal life apart from each other?
Definitely. We all have very separate lives as well. We have a life together, we have a life apart. It's just the way it is, Mm-hmm. It's like a marriage.
Adam is my wife, and my private life is my mistress.
And who are the children now? The other band members?
The children of the songs.
We are all children. We are all God's children.
Is there ever time to get away from each other for a longer period still, or is it like 2 weeks and then?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's at right now, because we're touring, and we've been together basically for 10 years now, with never more than 2 weeks off. It's pretty intense.
But could you get used to that, to not seeing each other for a longer time, or is it something you need?
After a while, we'll probably gravitate back towards each other.
Yeah.
It's impossible to answer a question like that. Who knows? I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry for asking.
No, I don't know. It's
I
just
think it would be good for us to all spend like 6 months.
It's a good
apart.
question. That's why good questions are hard to answer. I don't know. I don't really.
You don't want to get stuck in a rut, and so who knows how things would change if we all had a real substantial amount of time away from each other. It's kind of exciting. So we'll be able to explore that, in a few years when we're done touring.
10 years from
making
now,
another
we can never see each other again.
Okay,
We could spend the next 10 years together and then never see each other again, and still we will have seen each other more than most people ever hang out with each other ever.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be cool.
all the time combined.
Whatever space we have, we'll enjoy.